Hey, 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 what's up? What's up, my people? It's your man. I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about a dream that I had about 2 months ago, maybe longer, maybe shorter, but I know it's been quite a bit of time ago when I had this dream, to where in my dream I was in the presence of other people, and because this dream was such a long time, a few months ago, I can't recall everything as far as detail for detail, but I just know that I was in the presence of other people, and it was like I was in a shopping center or something like that, and these people appeared to have wealth and doing good for themselves here on the earth. And so outside it started to get cloudy and overcast. And so I went out, and as I went out, I looked up, and all I could see in the clouds was Jesus. And it was as if Jesus was coming back. And I can't think of any other reason why Jesus would be in the clouds other than for the reason of coming back. And so I went back into that shop, and I told him, I said, hey, Jesus is coming back, y'all. Look, he's in the sky, he's in the clouds. And everyone in that shop told me, you can go on out there. I'm not going out there. They literally told me that they're not going out there. They refused to even look to see Jesus coming back, let alone go out and fall to their knees or whatever it may be that you should be doing in the presence of God. They refused. And what that dream showed me, outside of the fact that Jesus is coming back, and of course I don't know the day or the time, so I'm not saying that this is happening soon, but, and let me retract that, because soon is a word that I feel like we misuse. Because if you, let's just say, this is an example, that you were graduating from college, and every day that you go to college, your graduation date is getting closer and closer and closer. Even from day one that you going to school or college, your graduation date is closer. And or if you're a working person, every day that you work, you get closer to retirement. So that makes that retirement date or whatever it is that you're looking forward to sooner. And so it is soon, but we don't need to think in the mindset of tomorrow. But at the same time, it could be tomorrow, because the word says that we don't know the day nor the time. Only Jesus and God knows the day and the time that he's going to come back. So as well, what this dream showed me is that so many of the people here are denying God. That the denial of God is so great upon the earth that it's ridiculous. That it's enough rejection of God to the point where the man or the son of perdition could be revealed at any given time, because it's the great falling away, like I spoke about, or like I read, I should say, out of John, that great falling away. And that dream showed me that the falling away is already here, y'all. That falling away had started, and it's in the worst stages, so to speak, that it could be in right now. Because most people would think the complete opposite, that if someone came to you and said, hey, just look, I'm not saying that, hey, because there are going to be false prophets that are going to say, hey, Jesus is over there at the Kroger's, or Jesus is over there at the Waffle House. And it's not the truth. But if I'm telling you to just look up in the sky, look up in the clouds, and Jesus was covering the entire sky, y'all, and they refused to come out and look. Just look. I'm not telling you to go out and follow him, even though you should, because that's Jesus. But yeah. And like I said, I had this dream a while ago, and I just feel like it's time, or it's the necessary time for me to actually tell this dream, y'all, because someone needs to hear it. Someone needs to know that Jesus is real. You know, they're fighting with that fact, or with that thought of whether or not Jesus is real. And they know that he is, but they're struggling because the world is tugging at them, trying to pull them away from what they should be doing and pull them away from the path that they should be walking on, and bringing them back into that wide world of destruction. So somebody needs to hear it, man, that reassurance, because I needed that dream. And when I have certain dreams, and it's not really about me, but I want to say this because people say, well, I dream all the time. This is just a dream. But certain dreams that we have, we can just know that it's not some just vain imagination that we have, and that's why we're having this dream, if you see what I'm saying. Because literally, I used to stay in some apartments, and it was me, my wife, and my daughter. And these apartments weren't the best of apartments. The area wasn't the best of areas. Literally, a guy got shot and killed across the street from me. And as well, a 13, I think he was either 13, but he was a teenager, got shot several times right outside of my apartment, to the point where we had to get on the floor, because when I say right outside the apartment, it was right outside the apartment. But I say these things because I had a dream. And in the dream, God showed me that there was going to be a guy that's going to come knock at the door while I'm at work, because they can see that I'm gone. And he was going to knock at the door, and my wife was going to open the door, and he was going to force his way into the apartment if she opened that door. And so I forgot to tell her, she might have been asleep that morning, I don't know, but I called her when I was at work, and I told her, I said, Courtney, do not open the door. If someone comes knocking at that door, do not open the door. And don't you know, a guy came to the door and knocked at that door. And because I told her not to open the door, she did not open that door, y'all. Because in my dream, he came in and he attacked my wife, and he attacked my daughter. And so when I say this, that God shows certain people certain things because he loves us, for one. And he don't want to see us hurt, y'all. God don't want to see us hurting and struggling. He doesn't. But a lot of things that we do, sometimes we bring it upon ourselves, the hurt and the struggle and the pain. But when I tell you, I know when it's something that's real, God is showing me in a dream, and or if it's just my vain imagination that I went to sleep thinking about, whatever it may have been, and I dream of it. So y'all just take my words for truth, and some may not. And many people aren't going to hear this. But in the long run, that path to light, to glory, to God, to Jesus is a narrow path, y'all. And so there's not many people that's going to hear it. But to the few that do hear this, if y'all could just leave a comment, let me know. You see what I'm saying? I don't care nothing about monetization or none of that. I just want to know that y'all are hearing me, and if my words are reaching you, I would just like to know. But y'all take it easy out there. There's so much more I could talk about, and y'all just keep the faith and know that Jesus is working every day. He's pleading our case in heaven every day, so that we can stay safe, so that our families can stay safe, and so that we can have the things that we need while we have to endure here on earth. But y'all take it easy out there, and I'll talk to you soon.